Hello, my friend. I'm really happy you're here today. Before we begin, I want to ask you a simple question. How many times have you promised yourself, tomorrow, I will practice my English speaking? Maybe you said it last week. Maybe you said it last month. Maybe you have said it many times in your life. You wanted to speak better. You wanted to become more confident. You wanted to stop feeling nervous when English came into real conversations. But somehow, the day passed. Then another day passed. Then another week passed. And slowly, that strong feeling disappeared. You still wanted to improve, but you did not practice as much as you planned. If this sounds like you, please do not feel bad. You are not alone. Many English learners have the same problem. They know English is important. They know speaking practice is necessary. They know they should practice every day. But knowing something and doing something are not the same. You can know that exercise is good for your body, but still not exercise. You can know that reading is good for your mind, but still not read. And you can know that speaking English every day will help you become fluent, but still stay quiet. This is why today's lesson is not only about English speaking. Today's lesson is also about self-discipline. Because if you want to speak English fluently, you do not only need more words. You do not only need more lessons. You also need the ability to show up again and again, even when you do not feel perfect. My name is Jack Ma, and today I want to help you build a simple speaking routine that you can actually follow in real life. Not a difficult routine. Not a routine that makes you feel tired after 2 days. Not a routine that needs 2 hours, a perfect room, a speaking partner, or expensive classes. I want to help you understand how to build self-discipline in a gentle and realistic way, so you can practice speaking English every day, even if you only have 5 minutes. Because 5 honest minutes every day can do more for your speaking than one long practice session once a month. Small actions become powerful when you repeat them. Now, let us be honest. Many learners wait for motivation. They say, when I feel motivated, I will practice. But motivation is like the weather. Some days it is sunny. Some days it is cloudy. Some days it is completely missing. If you depend only on motivation, your English practice will become unstable. You will practice when you feel excited, and you will stop when you feel tired. But self-discipline is different. Self-discipline means you practice because you made a promise to yourself. You do not need to feel excited every time. You do not need to feel ready every time. You only need to take one small step, and each small step teaches your brain. I am the kind of person who keeps going. Think about your daily life. You brush your teeth even when you are tired. You eat food even when your day is busy. You charge your phone because you know you will need it. These actions are not always exciting, but they are part of your routine. English speaking can become the same kind of habit. It does not have to feel like a big project every day. It can become a small, normal action. You wake up and say 3 English sentences about your day. You make tea and describe what you are doing. You walk to work and repeat a useful phrase quietly. You look in the mirror and answer one simple question. This is how self-discipline becomes easier. You stop waiting for a special time, and you connect English to the life you already have. Let us practice this idea right now. I will say a sentence, and you can repeat it slowly after me. I do not wait for confidence. I build confidence through practice. Again, I do not wait for confidence. I build confidence through practice. Good. Now say this one. I can practice English for a few minutes every day. Again, I can practice English for a few minutes every day. Very good. Now one more. Small practice is better than no practice. Again, small practice is better than no practice. These sentences are simple, but they are important. You are not just repeating English. You are training your mind to believe in small daily action. One reason many learners fail to practice speaking is because they make the routine too big. They say, from tomorrow, I will speak English for 1 hour every day. That sounds strong, but for many people, it is too difficult to continue. On the first day, they may do it. On the second day, maybe they try again. But after a few days, life becomes busy. They miss one day, then they feel guilty. Then they stop completely. My friend, this is not because they are weak. It is because the plan was too heavy. A good routine should be small enough to start and strong enough to repeat. If your routine is easy to start, you are more likely to continue. So instead of saying, I must practice for 1 hour, say, I will speak English for 5 minutes. 5 minutes sounds small, but it is powerful. In 5 minutes, you can describe your morning. You can repeat 10 useful sentences. You can answer 1 question. You can record your voice. You can practice a short conversation. And after 5 minutes, if you want to continue, you can continue. But if you stop, you still win. Why? Because you kept your promise. And when you keep small promises to yourself, your self-discipline becomes stronger. Let us do a small daily life speaking practice now. Imagine it is morning. You are starting your day. Repeat after me slowly. Today, I will practice English for 5 minutes. Again. Today, I will practice English for 5 minutes. Now continue. I do not need to speak perfectly. Again. I do not need to speak perfectly. Now say, I only need to speak a little more than yesterday. Again. I only need to speak a little more than yesterday. Good. Now let us put it together in one natural answer. Repeat after me. Today, I will practice English for 5 minutes. I do not need to speak perfectly. I only need to speak a little more than yesterday. Again. Today, I will practice English for 5 minutes. I do not need to speak perfectly. I only need to speak a little more than yesterday. This is the kind of practice that changes you. Not because the words are difficult, but because you are training consistency. You are training your mouth to move. You are training your brain to find words faster. You are training your confidence to grow slowly. Many learners think fluency comes from learning something new every day. But fluency also comes from using what you already know again and again until it becomes easier, smoother, and more natural. Self-discipline does not mean being strict and angry with yourself. It does not mean forcing yourself until you feel tired. Real self-discipline is calm. It is a quiet decision. It says, even if I am busy, I can practice 1 sentence. It says, even if I make mistakes, I can continue. It says, even if I do not feel confident today, I can still speak for a few minutes. This is the mindsets you need for English speaking. Because speaking is not something you master in 1 perfect day. Speaking is something you build with many small imperfect days. So today, I want you to stop waiting for the perfect mood. Stop waiting for the perfect routine. Stop waiting until you know more grammar or more vocabulary. You can begin with the English you already have. You can begin with simple sentences. You can begin with your daily life. You can say, I am drinking water. You can say, I am going to work. You can say, today I feel a little tired, but I will practice. These simple sentences are not too small. They are the beginning of your speaking discipline. And before we continue, I want you to repeat 1 more sentence with me. Say it slowly and say it like a promise to yourself. I will not wait for the perfect time. I will practice with the time I have. Again, I will not wait for the perfect time. I will practice with the time I have. Good. That is where real progress begins. Now let us begin with the first important idea. Self-discipline is not something you are born with. It is something you build slowly through repeated action. Many English learners think discipline means forcing yourself to study for many hours, even when you feel tired, bored, or stressed. But that kind of discipline usually does not last. Real self-discipline is not about punishing yourself. Real self-discipline is about making practice simple enough that you can return to it again and again. It is the ability to say, I will do a little today, even when your mood is not perfect. It is the ability to keep moving, even when progress feels slow. And when you connect this kind of discipline with speaking practice, your English can begin to change in a very natural way. Think about speaking English like building a muscle. If you go to the gym one day and lift heavy weights for 3 hours, your body will feel tired, but you will not suddenly become strong. Strength comes from repeating small exercises over time. Speaking works the same way. One long speaking practice, after many days of silence, will not make you fluent. But 5 minutes of speaking every day can train your mouth, your memory, your pronunciation, and your confidence. The secret is not intensity. The secret is consistency. You do not need to destroy yourself with a difficult routine. You need to create a routine that's easy to repeat. Many learners make the mistake of waiting for a perfect plan. They say, I will start when I have a notebook. I will start when I find a speaking partner. I will start when I finish this grammar course. I will start when I know more vocabulary. But my friend, speaking improves by speaking. You cannot become comfortable with speaking only by thinking about speaking. You cannot train your mouth only by listening silently. Listening is useful. Reading is useful. Learning new words is useful. But if your goal is to speak, then your practice must include your voice. Even if your voice is quiet, even if your sentences are simple, even if you make mistakes, you must give your mouth permission to move. Let us practice this mindset right now. Repeat after me slowly. I build discipline by practicing a little every day. Again, I build discipline by practicing a little every day. Good. Now say this. I do not need a perfect plan to begin. Again, I do not need a perfect plan to begin. Now say, my voice becomes stronger when I use it. Again, my voice becomes stronger when I use it. Very good. These sentences are simple, but they are training your mind. You are reminding yourself that action is more important than waiting. A good way to build speaking discipline is to connect English practice with something you already do every day. This is very important. If you try to add English practice into your life as a separate big task, you may forget it. But if you connect it with a daily action, it becomes easier. For example, after you brush your teeth, speak 3 English sentences. After you make tea, describe what you are doing. After you sit on your bed at night, answer one simple question in English. Your brain already knows these daily actions, so English practice can attach to them like a small habit. For example, when you wake up, you can say, I am starting my day. I feel a little sleepy, but I am ready to move. Today, I will practice English for 5 minutes. When you are eating breakfast, you can say, I am eating breakfast. I am drinking tea. I want to have a calm and productive day. When you are getting ready for work or study, you can say, I am preparing for my day. I will do my best. I will speak English a little today. These sentences are not difficult, but they make English part of your real life. And this is exactly what many learners need. They do not need more pressure. They need more daily connection. Now let us do a small speaking exercise. Imagine you are starting your morning. Repeat after me. I am starting my day slowly. Again, I'm starting my day slowly. Now say, I will do one small English practice today. Again, I will do one small English practice else. Now say, I am building discipline step by step. Again, I am building discipline step by step. Good. Now let us make it more natural. Repeat the full answer after me. I am starting my day slowly. I will do one small English practice today. I am building discipline step by step. Again, I am starting my day slowly. I will do one small English practice today. I am building discipline step by step. Excellent. This is how you can practice without pressure. Another important part of self-discipline is reducing excuses before they become stronger. Everyone has excuses. This is normal. You may say, I am too tired today. You may say, I am too busy. You may say, I do not know what to say. You may say, my pronunciation is not good. But discipline does not mean you never hear these excuses. Discipline means you hear them, but you still do one small action. If you are tired, speak for 1 minute. If you are busy, repeat 5 sentences. If you do not know what to say, describe the room around you. If your pronunciation is not good, speak slowly and clearly. The goal is not to win a big battle every day. The goal is to not disappear from practice completely. Let us practice answering excuses in English. Repeat after me. I am tired, but I can speak 1 sentence. Again, I am tired, but I can speak 1 sentence. Now say, I am busy, but I can practice for 1 minute. Again, I am busy, but I practice for 1 minute. Now say, I am not perfect, but I can still improve. Again, I am not perfect, but I can still improve. Good. Now say the full answer. I am tired, but I can speak 1 sentence. I am busy, but I can practice for 1 minute. I am not perfect, but I can still improve. Again, I am tired, but I can speak 1 sentence. I am busy, but I can practice for 1 minute. I am not perfect, but I can still improve. This kind of practice is powerful because it trains 2 things at the same time. It trains your English and it trains your identity. You begin to see yourself as someone who practices. You begin to think, I am not just an English learner. I am a person who shows up. That identity is very important. When you believe you are a person who practices every day, practice becomes easier. You do not need to debate with yourself every time. You do not need to ask, should I practice today? You simply know, this is what I do. Even if the practice is small, you keep the chain alive. Now I want you to imagine a learner who practices only when they feel motivated. Some days they practice a lot. Then they stop for 2 weeks. Then they feel guilty. Then they start again with a big plan. Then they stop again. This creates a cycle of excitement, pressure, guilt, and silence. But now imagine another learner. This learner practices only 5 minutes a day, but they do it almost every day. They repeat useful sentences. They describe their day. They answer small questions. They record their voice sometimes. After 1 month, this learner has spoken English many times. After 3 months, their mouth feels more comfortable. After 6 months, they are not the same person. This is the power of small discipline. So today, I want you to choose a simple speaking promise, not a big promise, not a stressful promise, just one promise you can keep. You can say, every morning, I will speak 3 English sentences. Or you can say, every night, I will answer 1 question in English. Or you can say, every day, I will repeat 1 useful paragraph out loud. Make it small. Make it clear. Make it easy to repeat. Because when your promise is small, you are more likely to keep it. And when you keep it, your confidence grows. Let us end this practice section with one strong paragraph. Repeat after me slowly. I do not need to wait for motivation. I can build self-discipline with small daily actions. I can speak English for a few minutes. Even when I am busy, I can use simple sentences from my real life. Every day I practice, my voice becomes stronger. Again, I do not need to wait for motivation. I can build self-discipline with small daily actions. I can speak English for a few minutes. Even when I am busy, I can use simple sentences from my real life. Every day I practice, my voice becomes stronger. Good. Remember this clearly. Self-discipline is not built in one dramatic moment. It is built in small, quiet moments when you choose to practice instead of waiting. And your English speaking will not become fluent because you wished for it. It will become fluent because you trained it gently, patiently, and consistently, one small sentence at a time. Now let us go deeper into how you can actually practice speaking every day without feeling confused. Many learners say, I want to practice speaking, but I do not know what to say. This is a very common problem. You may sit alone, ready to speak English, but then your mind becomes blank. You look around and think, what should I talk about? And after a few seconds, you stop. But speaking practice does not have to begin with big topics. You do not need to discuss business, science, travel, or deep ideas every day. The best speaking practice often begins with your normal daily life. Your morning, your food, your work, your study, your feelings, your plans, your small problems, your small victories. These are the topics you already understand. So when you practice with them, your brain does not need to fight too hard. You can focus on speaking. A simple method is called the daily life description method. It means you describe what you are doing, what you did, or what you will do. This method is powerful because your life gives you unlimited speaking topics. When you wake up, you can describe your morning. When you eat, you can describe your food. When you go outside, you can describe the weather. When you finish work, you can describe your day. When you feel tired, you can describe your feelings. You do not need to wait for someone to ask you questions. You can create your own speaking practice from the life around you. Let us practice this now. Imagine you are in your room in the morning. Repeat after me slowly. I just woke up and I am starting my day. Again. I just woke up and I am starting my day. Now say, I feel a little sleepy, but I want to be productive. Again. I feel a little sleepy, but I want to be productive. Now say, today I will practice English before I become too busy. Again. Today I will practice English before I become too busy. Good. Now put it together. I just woke up and I am starting my day. I feel a little sleepy, but I want to be productive. Today, I will practice English before I become too busy. Again, I just woke up and I am starting my day. I feel a little sleepy, but I want to be productive. Today, I will practice English before I become too busy. This is real speaking practice. You're not just memorizing random sentences. You are learning how to talk about your life, and this is one of the most useful skills in English. Many real conversations begin with daily life. Someone may ask, how was your day? Someone may ask, what did you do today? Someone may ask, what are you doing later? If you practice these answers every day, you will not feel so stuck when someone asks you in real life. Now, discipline becomes easier when your practice has a clear shape. If your practice is too open, your brain may resist. But if you know exactly what to do, you can begin quickly. For example, you can follow a simple 3-step speaking routine. First, describe one thing you are doing now. Second, describe one thing you did earlier. Third, describe one thing you will do later. This routine is short, but it trains present, past, and future speaking in a natural way. You do not need to think about grammar rules. You just use the language in a real situation. Let us try this routine together. Repeat after me. Right now, I am practicing English. Again, right now, I am practicing English. Now say, earlier today, I started my day slowly. Again, earlier today, I started my day slowly. Now say, later, I will repeat this practice again. Again, later, I will repeat this practice again. Very good. Now say the full answer. Right now, I am practicing English. Earlier today, I started my day slowly. Later, I will repeat this practice again. Again. Right now, I am practicing English. Earlier today, I started my day slowly. Later, I will repeat this practice again. This small routine can become your daily speaking discipline. Every day, you can change the sentences. For example, right now, I am drinking tea. Earlier today, I checked my messages. Later, I will finish my work. Or, right now, I am sitting quietly. Earlier today, I cleaned my room. Later, I will call my friend. Or, right now, I am learning English. Earlier today, I felt tired. Later, I will rest and prepare for tomorrow. You see, the structure stays the same, but the words change with your life. This makes practice easier because you do not start from zero every time. Another important part of self-discipline is making practice visible. When something is invisible, we often forget it. So, if you want to practice speaking every day, put a small reminder somewhere you can see it. Write one sentence on paper. Put it near your bed, your desk, your mirror, or your phone. The sentence can be simple. Speak English for 5 minutes. Or, use your voice today. Or, small practice, strong progress. This reminder is not magic, but it helps your brain remember your promise. Discipline is easier when your environment supports your goal. You can also use a small practice calendar. Every day you speak English, you mark one small check. Do not make it complicated. Do not write a long report. Just mark the day. After a few days, you will see a small chain. Then you will not want to break it. This is a simple way to train consistency. But remember, if you miss one day, do not quit. Missing one day is not failure. Quitting completely is the real problem. If you miss one day, return the next day with one simple sentence. Say, I missed yesterday, but I am back today. That sentence itself becomes practice. Repeat after me. I missed yesterday, but I am back today. Again, I missed yesterday, but I am back today. Now say, one missed day does not stop my progress. Again, one missed day does not stop my progress. Now say, I return to practice because I care about my future. Again, I return to practice because I care about my future. Good. Now put it together. I missed yesterday, but I am back today. One missed day does not stop my progress. I return to practice because I care about my future. Again, I missed yesterday, but I am back today. One missed day does not stop my progress. I return to practice because I care about my future. This is very important because many learners are too hard on themselves. They miss one day and then they think, I failed. But no, my friend, you did not fail. You are human. Life happens. You may get busy. You may feel tired. You may have family work, school work, job pressure, or personal problems. Self-discipline does not mean you never fall. It means you know how to return. The faster you return, the stronger your discipline becomes. Now let us talk about a very useful speaking exercise called the one-question practice. Every day, ask yourself one question and answer it out loud. The question can be very simple. How do I feel today? What did I do this morning? What is one thing I need to finish? What is one good thing that happened today? What will I do tomorrow? Choose one question and answer it for 1 minute. If you cannot speak for 1 minute, speak for 30 seconds. If you cannot speak for 30 seconds, speak 3 sentences. The important thing is not the length. The important thing is that you use your voice. Let us practice with one question now. The question is, how do I feel today? Repeat after me. Today I feel calm, but a little tired. Again, today I feel calm, but a little tired. Now say, I have many things to do, but I will not rush. Again, I have many things to do, but I will not rush. Now say, I will take one small step and keep going. Again, I will take one small step and keep going. Good. Now say the full answer. Today I feel calm, but a little tired. I have many things to do, but I will not rush. I will take one small step and keep going. Again, today I feel calm, but a little tired. I have many things to do, but I will not rush. I will take one small step and keep going. You can use this same style every day. You can answer honestly. Your English does not need to sound beautiful. It needs to be real. You can say, today I feel nervous because I have a lot of work. You can say, today I feel happy because I finished something important. You can say, today I feel confused, but I will try to stay patient. This kind of practice helps you connect English with emotion. And when English connects with your real emotions, it becomes easier to remember and easier to use. Another powerful way to build discipline is to lower the starting point. Many people do not practice because starting feels heavy. So make the first step very easy. Tell yourself, I only need to say one sentence. Most of the time, after one sentence, you will say another. But even if you stop after one sentence, you still practiced. This removes pressure. And when pressure goes down, consistency goes up. So here is a small promise you can use every day. Repeat after me. I only need to start with one sentence. Again, I only need to start with one sentence. Now say, one sentence can become 2 sentences. Again, one sentence can become 2 sentences. Now say, 2 sentences can become a habit. Again, 2 sentences can become a habit. Good. Now say it naturally. I only need to start with one sentence. One sentence can become 2 sentences. 2 sentences can become a habit. Again, I only need to start with one sentence. One sentence can become 2 sentences. 2 sentences can become a habit. This is how you build speaking discipline in a gentle way. You do not attack yourself. You guide yourself. You do not wait for perfect energy. You use the energy you have. You do not need to speak like a native speaker today. You only need to speak a little more than yesterday. And every time you practice, even for a short time, you are proving something to yourself. You are proving that you can keep promises. You are proving that English is not only in your notebook, it is in your voice. It is in your daily life. It is becoming part of who you are. Now let us talk about another very important part of speaking discipline. You need to make your practice active, not passive. Passive learning means you listen, watch, read, and understand, but you do not use your own voice enough. Active practice means you speak, repeat, answer, describe, record, and correct yourself gently. Both passive and active learning are useful. But if your main goal is speaking, then active practice must become part of your daily routine. You cannot build speaking confidence only by listening to other people speak. You build speaking confidence by hearing your own voice again and again until it starts feeling normal. Many learners feel strange when they speak English alone. They think, why am I talking to myself? But talking to yourself in English is one of the best ways to practice self-discipline. It gives you freedom. You do not need to wait for another person. You do not need to feel embarrassed in front of anyone. You can practice slowly. You can repeat the same sentence many times. You can make mistakes and fix them. You can stop, breathe, and try again. This is not strange. This is training. Athletes train before the real game. Singers practice before the performance. Speakers practice before the presentation. And English learners should practice before real conversations. So when you are alone, do not think, I have nobody to speak with. Instead think, this is my training time. You can choose one daily situation and act it out in English. Imagine you are ordering food. Imagine you are asking for directions. Imagine you are talking to a coworker. Imagine you are meeting a new friend. Imagine someone asks about your weekend. You can practice the whole conversation by yourself. You can ask the question and answer it. This may feel simple, but it prepares your brain for real speaking moments. Let us practice a short conversation now. Imagine someone asks you, "What are you doing today?" Repeat after me. Today, I am trying to stay focused. Again, today, I am trying to stay focused. Now say, I have some work to do, but I also want to practice English. Again, I have some work to do, but I also want to practice English. Now say, I am building a better routine one step at a time. Again, I am building a better routine one step at a time. Good. Now put it together. Today, I am trying to stay focused. I have some work to do, but I also want to practice English. I am building a better routine one step at a time. Again, today, I am trying to stay focused. I have some work to do, but I also want to practice English. I am building a better routine one step at a time. This kind of answer is useful because it sounds natural. It is not too difficult, but it gives you real speaking movement. You are practicing how to explain your day, your goal, and your mindset. If you practice answers like this every day, you will slowly become faster. At first, you may stop after every few words. That is okay. Then, after some repetition, your mouth will remember the rhythm. Your brain will find the words more quickly. Your confidence will grow because the sentence no longer feels new. Another strong practice method is recording your voice. Many learners do not like recording themselves because they feel uncomfortable hearing their own voice. But recording is not for judging yourself. Recording is for awareness. When you record your voice, you can hear where you stop, where you speak too fast, where your pronunciation is unclear, and where you need more practice. You do not need to record a long speech. Start with 30 seconds. Say 3 or 4 sentences about your day. Then listen once. Do not hate your voice. Do not criticize yourself harshly. Just notice one thing you can improve. Maybe you need to speak more slowly. Maybe you need to pronounce one word more clearly. Maybe you need to pause between sentences. That is enough. Let us practice a voice recording paragraph now. You can use this after the lesson too. Repeat after me first. Today I practiced English speaking for a few minutes. Again. Today I practiced English speaking for a few minutes. Now say, I made some mistakes, but I continued. Again. I made some mistakes, but I continued. Now say, I'm choosing to speak with more patience and confidence. Again. I am learning to speak with more patience and confidence. Good. Now say it as one short recording. Today, I practiced English speaking for a few minutes. I made some mistakes, but I continued. I am learning to speak with more patience and confidence. Again. Today, I practiced English speaking for a few minutes. I made some mistakes, but I continued. I am learning to speak with more patience and confidence. If you record this paragraph today and listen to it again after 1 month of daily practice, you may notice a difference. Maybe your voice will sound smoother. Maybe your pauses will feel better. Maybe you will speak with less fear. This is how discipline gives you proof. Sometimes progress is difficult to feel from day to day, but when you record yourself, you can look back and hear your improvement. That proof can motivate you to continue. Now let us talk about mistakes. Many learners stop speaking because they are afraid of mistakes. They think every sentence must be perfect before they say it. But this idea can hurt your speaking progress. Speaking practice is not a performance. It is training. In training, mistakes are normal. When you make a mistake, your brain gets information. It learns what needs more attention. If you never speak because you are afraid of mistakes, your brain does not get enough practice. So instead of saying, I must not make mistakes, say, I will make mistakes and keep improving. This is a much healthier mindset. Repeat after me. Mistakes are part of my practice. Again, mistakes are part of my practice. Now say, I can correct myself gently. Again, I can correct myself gently. Now say, I do not stop speaking because of one mistake. Again, I do not stop speaking because of one mistake. Very good. Now say the full answer. Mistakes are part of my practice. I can correct myself gently. I do not stop speaking because of one mistake. Again, mistakes are part of my practice. I can correct myself gently. I do not stop speaking because of one mistake. This mindset is important for self-discipline because shame destroys consistency. If you feel ashamed every time you make a mistake, you will avoid practice. But if you see mistakes as part of learning, you will return to practice more easily. You will say, okay, I made a mistake. Now I will try again. That simple sentence can protect your progress. You do not need to be perfect to be disciplined. You need to be patient enough to continue. A useful daily exercise is the mistake repair exercise. You say a sentence. If it sounds wrong, you do not panic. You simply say it again in a better way. For example, you might say, yesterday I go to market. Then you stop and repair it. Yesterday I went to the market. Good. You learned something. You might say, I am very boring today. Then you repair it. I am very bored today. Good. You improved. This kind of self-correction is not failure. It is practice. You are teaching your brain to notice and adjust. Let us practice this gently. Repeat after me. I made a small mistake, so I will say it again. Again. I made a small mistake, so I will say it again. Now say, I am not angry with myself. Again. I am not angry with myself. Now say, I am training my English step by step. Again. I am training my English step by step. Good. Now say it together. I made a small mistake, so I will say it again. I am not angry with myself. I am training my English step by step. Again. I made a small mistake, so I will say it again. I am not angry with myself. I am training my English step by step. Another way to stay disciplined is to prepare your speaking topics before the day begins. If you wait until practice time to decide everything, you may waste energy. So choose 3 simple topics for the day. For example, my morning, my work, my feelings, or my food, my plans, my problem, or yesterday, today, tomorrow. Then, during the day, speak about one of those topics for a few minutes. This makes practice easier because you already know where to start. Let us use 3 simple topics now. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Repeat after me. Yesterday, I tried to do my best. Again. Yesterday, I tried to do my best. Now say, today, I am practicing with more focus. Again. Today, I am practicing with more focus. Now say, tomorrow I will continue with one small step. Again, tomorrow I will continue with one small step. Now say it naturally. Yesterday I tried to do my best. Today I am practicing with more focus. Tomorrow I will continue with one small step. Again, yesterday I tried to do my best. Today I am practicing with more focus. Tomorrow I will continue with one small step. This is a simple but complete speaking pattern. You can use it every day with new details. Yesterday I studied for 20 minutes. Today I am listening carefully. Tomorrow I will record my voice. Yesterday I felt lazy. Today I am trying again. Tomorrow I will not give up. Every version trains your speaking and your discipline together. So remember, speaking discipline is not only about time. It is also about method. Use your voice. Practice alone. Record yourself. Repair mistakes gently. Prepare small topics. Repeat useful sentences. Return after bad days. These actions may look small, but they are the real foundation of fluency. You are not just learning English. You are becoming the kind of person who can practice even when the practice is not perfect. And that kind of person can improve for a long time. Now let us bring all of this together and create a simple speaking discipline routine that you can use from today. You do not need a difficult system. You do not need to wait for a perfect schedule. You only need a clear plan that your mind can understand and your daily life can support. The first step is to choose a fixed time. It can be morning, afternoon, evening, or night. But choose a time that already exists in your routine. Maybe after breakfast, maybe after prayer, maybe after work, maybe before sleeping. When the time is connected to something you already do, it becomes easier to remember. Your practice should feel like a small natural part of your day, not like a heavy job. The second step is to choose one small speaking task. Do not choose 10 tasks at once. Do not make your routine too complicated. Choose one thing and repeat it for 1 week. For example, you can say 5 sentences about your day. You can answer one question out loud. You can repeat one useful paragraph. You can describe one object in your room. You can talk about your plan for tomorrow. One small task is enough if you do it consistently. Remember, the goal is not to impress anyone today. The goal is to train your mouth to speak every day. Let us practice a simple daily routine now. Repeat after me slowly. At the same time every day, I will practice English speaking. Again, at the same time every day, I will practice English speaking. Now say, I will keep my routine simple and easy to repeat. Again, I will keep my routine simple and easy to repeat. Now say, I will not stop because my practice is small. Again, I will not stop because my practice is small. Good. Now say it together. At the same time every day, I will practice English speaking. I will keep my routine simple and easy to repeat. I will not stop because my practice is small. Again, at the same time every day, I will practice English speaking. I will keep my routine simple and easy to repeat. I will not stop because my practice is small. The third step is to practice speaking from real life. This is where many learners become stronger. They stop waiting for special topics and they start using English for normal situations. When you are making tea, say, I am making tea because I need a short break. When you are cleaning your room, say, I am cleaning my room because I want to feel organized. When you are going outside, say, I am going outside now, and I hope the day will be peaceful. These are simple sentences, but they are useful because they connect English with your real actions. English becomes something you use, not only something you study. Now let us do a real-life speaking practice. Imagine someone asks you, "How are you building discipline?" Repeat after me. I am building discipline by practicing a little every day. Again, I am building discipline by practicing a little every day. Now say, I do not make my routine too difficult. Again, I do not make my routine too difficult. Now say, I connect English practice with my daily life. Again, I connect English practice with my daily life. Now put it together. I am building discipline by practicing a little every day. I do not make my routine too difficult. I connect English practice with my daily life. Again, I am building discipline by practicing a little every day. I do not make my routine too difficult. I connect English practice with my daily life. The fourth step is to protect your routine from your mood. Some days you will feel excited and practice will feel easy. Some days you will feel tired and practice will feel boring. This is normal. Do not expect every day to feel inspiring. Discipline means you can do the small action even when your feeling is not perfect. If you are tired, speak one sentence. If you are busy, speak for 1 minute. If you feel lazy, repeat only one paragraph. But do not let the whole day pass without using your voice at all. A small practice keeps the habit alive. Repeat after me. Even when I feel tired, I can speak one sentence. Again, even when I feel tired, I can speak one sentence. Now say, even when I feel busy, I can practice for 1 minute. Again, even when I feel busy, I can practice for 1 minute. Now say, even when I feel lazy, I can still begin. Again, even when I feel lazy, I can still begin. Good. Now say the full answer. Even when I feel tired, I can speak one sentence. Even when I feel busy, I can practice for 1 minute. Even when I feel lazy, I can still begin. Again, even when I feel tired, I can speak one sentence. Even when I feel busy, I can practice for 1 minute. Even when I feel lazy, I can still begin. The fifth step is to review your progress gently. At the end of the day, ask yourself one simple question. Did I use my English voice today? If the answer is yes, appreciate yourself. If the answer is no, do not attack yourself. Just return tomorrow. Self-discipline grows faster when you treat yourself with respect. You do not need to speak perfectly every day. You need to return to the habit. You need to keep the relationship with practice alive. Every return is a victory. Every small sentence is a step forward. Let us practice one final daily reflection. Repeat after me. Today, I used my English voice. Again, today, I used my English voice. Now say, my practice was small, but it was real. Again, my practice was small, but it was real. Now say, tomorrow I will return and continue. Again, tomorrow I will return and continue. Now, put it together. Today, I used my English voice. My practice was small, but it was real. Tomorrow, I will return and continue. Again, today I used my English voice. My practice was small, but it was real. Tomorrow, I will return and continue. So remember this, my friend. Self-discipline is not about becoming perfect. It is about becoming consistent. It is about choosing one small action and repeating it until it becomes part of who you are. Speaking English is the same. You do not become fluent by waiting. You become fluent by speaking, repeating, making mistakes, correcting yourself, and returning again. Your voice becomes stronger when you use it. Your confidence becomes stronger when you practice before you feel ready. Your discipline becomes stronger when you keep small promises to yourself. Start small, speak daily, stay patient, and let your English grow one honest sentence at a time. Thank you so much for staying with me until the end of this lesson. I hope today's practice helped you understand one very important thing. You do not need to wait for the perfect time to improve your English speaking. You do not need to wait until you feel fully confident. You do not need to wait until you know every grammar rule or every English word. You can begin with the English you already have. You can begin with one sentence. You can begin with 5 minutes. You can begin today. Remember, self-discipline is not about being perfect every day. It is about returning to practice again and again. Some days your practice will feel easy. Some days it will feel difficult. Some days you will speak clearly. Some days you will make mistakes. But every time you use your voice, you are moving forward. Every small sentence is helping your brain become faster, your mouth become more comfortable, and your confidence become stronger. So after this lesson, choose one small speaking promise for yourself. Maybe you will speak 3 English sentences every morning. Maybe you will record your voice for 1 minute every night. Maybe you will answer one simple question in English every day. Keep it small. Keep it simple. Keep it real. And most importantly, keep going. If this lesson helped you, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you can continue practicing English with me. Also, write one simple English sentence in the comments about your daily speaking promise. You can write, I will practice English for 5 minutes every day. I would love to see you taking that first step. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep believing in your progress. Your English voice is growing stronger, one honest sentence at a time.